Hi guys, today is December 2nd, 2025, and it is about 10 o'clock in the night. And it was a good day. I'm happy about how today went. I am generally. I was so disciplined with like sleeping last night that I opened the windows, slept with like normal fan, didn't want to turn on AC so that someone will not go and sleep too deeply and forget town hall that was going to happen today, because it was super early in the morning. So I left the house about, say, a few minutes to 7, and then I got in just in time for the meeting. I stood and sat and stood hi, for about 2 hours, during the town hall. It was very interesting, actually. It was very insightful. A lot of the new guys that just resumed were very happy to be a part of it. I'm glad that they were. Um, got a lot of feedback on processes, people, communication, collaboration, all of that. And then we then did an after meeting, like meeting after the meeting type thing, where we discussed the elements of what happened, what could do better from leadership perspective. And then did a walkthrough of our new backend, and that's exciting because I'm looking forward to it coming out. So I am glad we did that. And then I had a very interesting meeting. And that meeting was not a highlight in the day, even though it's meant to be, it's highlighted. It's not a highlight. Do you get? It was like a low point today, because basically someone was dropping their notice, and it felt a little like a gut punch. So the taste in the food that I was eating was not great anymore. I just left. I left around 3. Left the office at 3. Went home. I was in bed for a while because I just didn't want to deal with anything. I had interacted with humans so much today that I was like, you know what, I can't do without talking to anybody right now. So I was in bed till like the sun went down, and then I stood up. So what do you do when you get information or news that you weren't expecting? Because it's going to happen. It happens, right? It's like, oh, you know what? Plan for A and B and C scenarios, but sometimes you just don't. Hi, you just don't see B, C, and D scenarios happening, right? And you could plan for it all you want, but when it does happen, still feels a bit gut wrenching, right? So that's how I felt today. But I'm glad I made up, dressed up, you know, did all of that. I felt good with myself. My mind was clear in the morning, you know. The feedback was, I mean, you don't expect to, when you're doing a feedback session, you don't expect all the feedback to be like great, right? So the ones that were more constructive, taking note of them, we're going to do something about them in the nearest future. In fact, some of them were already working on before we got the feedback. So it's a good thing that the guys were courageous enough to give the feedback. I think that's about it. These are the highlights for today. I am thankful for provision that comes at the nick of time. Sometimes it's like you have plans, or you've already made plans for something to happen, right? And then maybe you don't have the money at the time, or you don't have the resources, or you don't have the will to do whatever, right? I'm glad and I'm grateful today for provision that comes at the nick of time. Today was one of those days that nick of time type provision came through, and I'm very grateful to God. Yeah, that's about it for today. I hope you get a moment to, reflect on your own day and look for opportunities to thank God, because there are a lot of them if you look, right? Yeah. Wish me luck. I'm going to have some sort of serious interaction, and I hope that it goes well. So wish me luck. Maybe after tomorrow I'll tell you about it. Maybe not. Fingers crossed. Talk to you soon. Bye.